Hi,
Hi.
YouTube! So today we're gonna talk about some embarrassing stories and how, especially in puberty, you're embarrassed pretty much 24/7. It's like a perpetual embarrassment. But
You survive,
you survive.
and
exactly.
then you can learn from your embarrassing moments and grow from them. I was really bad for being embarrassed when I was young in elementary school. Like, I cried all the time over things that
Same.
I shouldn't have cried about. Like, I remember one time I was freaking 10 years old. We were playing dodgeball, and the whistle blew, and my friend grabbed a ball and turned around and hit me with it right away, and I probably felt really betrayed and just started bawling. I was
How
like,
dare you!
I was really upset, and then of course I got made fun of by a boy in the class. Teacher called a group of us into the office to have this like meeting over not they. She was yelling at him to not bully me, but she was trying to help me, but it was just making everything worse because it was putting all the attention on the fact that I cried because my friend hit me with a dodgeball and I was out first. And the things like that happened all the time. Like, I always cried, and I was always feeling embarrassed.
For me, a lot of my embarrassing stories happened either in my teens or recently because of things involving alcohol. So I have kind of a story that my partner tells better than I do because he's the witness to this unfortunate night. Met up with a group of our friends at our university's bar and had like a pitcher of beer, and things were just like, conversation was just going smoothly. We were having fun. And one of our friends was like, "Hey, it's 50% off at this restaurant called La Bodega. Do you guys want to go out?" So we're like, "Yeah, let's go. Like, let's keep this conversation going." We all got there and got 50% of bottles of wine, right? So we ended up getting 2 bottles of Chardonnay. I had a bottle and a half of wine, roughly, to myself. And I'm a pretty small person, so it went to me instantly. And at the end of the night, Christian had to physically, like, help me up because I couldn't walk on my own. I was so drunk. And I'm not encouraging drinking. I'm just saying this happened. I ride home, and everything was fine. I was living with my grandma at the time, so Christian I was going to go stay at his house, so he had to go and get my blankets and stuff inside the house for me. He went in the house, he told me, and my grandma was kind of just having this casual conversation with him. "Oh, Hannah's gonna go sleep at your house?" Yeah, she is." "Okay, cool. See you tomorrow." By the time he's back in the car, I'm bawling. I'm literally, like, heaving sobs. Like, and Christian's like, "Hannah, what's wrong? What happened?" And I was like, "Grandma hates me." And so he's like, "What do you mean she hates you? You were in there for a really, really long time. What happened?" And he's like, "I was just having a conversation with her. Everything's fine." And then I just kind of went, and then just gave him like an awkward silence. So Christian's like, "Okay," and starts driving to his house. So there's like a big long street, and then there's a right turn. So he's like, "Hannah, if you need me to stop the car, if you need to puke, please just let me know." And I'm like, "Fine." And, and then, so I was just kind of sitting there, like, kind of newborn baby drunk. So I'm like, and then I feel like I have to vomit. Like, I really, really urgently have to vomit. So I start frantically getting at the lock, the safety lock, and Christian's like, "Okay." So he hammers on the brakes, puts on the safety hazard lights, and opens the door for me, and I just puke into the street. And Christian's like, I finish up, wipe my face, and then just sit back. And I don't talk to Christian at all during the drive. We get to his house, and I'm just sitting there. And Christian's like, "Do you want to go back in the house?" And I'm like, "I'm really mad at you." And Christian's like, "Why are you mad at me?" And I just go, "It's your fault I'm drunk. I shouldn't have had that much to drink. This is your fault." And he's like, "Okay, Hannah, not like you're an adult who can make your own decisions." And I'm like, So I wake up the next morning, completely fine. And I look at Christian, and I'm like, "Good morning, hi." And he's like, "Good morning, how are you feeling?" And I'm like, "Terrible. I'm gonna go get up and puke now." And I had an all-day hangover. It was terrible. So, lesson from that, know your limits.
Speaking of know your limits, I have a different. Yeah, this one was great. Went to this award event for work, It took forever to get there because it was in a different city. I hadn't eaten like all day, which was not good. So I get there, and I'm pretty sure as I was getting ready, because this is a formal event, I was getting ready by myself, how loserish, in the hotel room by myself because I was the only girl. Downing, I'm pretty sure it was like Palm Bay, which is disgusting. I hate Palm Bay. Down that, had a shot with the guys before we headed over to the event, which was just like behind our hotel. Got a free glass of wine, and I was like, sure, I'll take that, because I had a ticket. And I drank this wine, like basically guzzling it as the awards are going on. And so we were like watching the awards. This is outside on this beautiful patio, and I'm standing with my coworker, and people from it was an award ceremony, so people from my store were winning awards, but none of them were actually there except for the one guy. So when one of the girls, the salad area, she won, and I walked up there pretending to be, I don't know what her name was, or I remember her name, but I'm not going to say it. I go up there. But as I'm, like, going up there, I'm, like, realizing, like, I don't actually know what I'm supposed to do once I get up there. So I just, like, got up there, went to the front of everyone, goes, like, I, like, fist bumped the air, yeah! And then walked back. I didn't even grab the award. Like, and by the end of this half-hour ceremony, I was, like, boom! I was so, like, I had no idea what was going on. Like, the next hour was just, like, blurry. Talking to people and stuff. Like, I don't really remember any of it. Then at one point, my manager was, like, sitting with me trying to force me to eat this, like, sloppy Joe stuff to get food in me. And I was like, oh, I don't like this. And I dropped it all over my dress. So that, yeah. And then eventually I was, like, sitting with this girl I didn't even know. And I was like, I need to go to bed. It was, like, 9:30. So she took me to my hotel room. And I just, like, went to bed. But then, like, later on, one of the managers wanted to make sure I was okay, and I woke up, and then, because I woke up, throwing up onto the hotel room floor, and I didn't tell anyone about it. Like, and then I threw up, didn't do anything about it, I just went back to bed. I woke up the next morning and tried to clean it, it wasn't working, didn't tell you anything as we were leaving, didn't say anything, and then, like, as we're driving home, my manager got a phone call saying that he was charged an extra $100 for the hotel room. So that was an embarrassing story for me, too.
Maybe in grade 11? Yeah, in grade 11, I was in math class. Just, like, working on an assignment or whatever it was, and just sitting there real cash, and then, oops, I dropped my pen. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get this pen. So I'm leaning down, leaning.
Boom!
I take the entire desk down with me. The entire desk. And that classroom is silent, mind you. And it's just me trapped under the desk. Like, help! 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 And I had to get maybe like 3 students to come and help me. And everyone was just laughing at me. And I'm laughing along too. I'm like, oh, this is so funny. But inside, I'm dying. Because it's the most mortifying thing that's ever happened to me. And for the rest of the semester, there was maybe like 2 months left, everyone called me the desk toppler.
There was one time that I was at work. I work at a restaurant, and there's these there's a level where there's like just 2 steps on another level. And I had just sat a family at this table, and I turn, and I go to take these steps, and I just fall down these steps. And, like, mind you, there's, like, tables everywhere, there's people in the lounge, there's servers over here, like, everyone saw it. I just, like, went down, and I, like, just, like, immediately, like, jumped up, I'm okay, I announced to everyone, and then I just walk off and go straight into the kitchen, and I'm, like, laughing, like, and one of the servers, like, follows me, and she's like, I'm sorry I'm laughing, but are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, actually, I'm fine, like, it didn't even faze me. It was not body humor doesn't embarrass me, because it's like, well, you couldn't control that, whatever. Because I've been a klutz my entire life. I think that might be, and it's like, whatever. All you can do is laugh about it.
It's true. First, let me hop out the motherfucking Porsche.
What? Okay.
It's a song!
I don't know what it is, and why would you sing it?
I don't know, because it's funny.
Okay, so basically, we're telling embarrassing stories to kind of be like, you know what? Shit happens.
Shit happens.
And you learn from it, and...
I just embarrassed myself right there.
And then, I know personally, especially when I was a kid, and I was crying all the time. It felt like I was never gonna, like, I was just gonna die of embarrassment all the time. And it was like, I'm never gonna live this down. And now that I'm like 22 years old, I don't even remember basically anything that happened. Like, it's gone because it's irrelevant. And yeah, you survive. You may, plays back to our how not to give a fuck self. You just need to be confident.
Mm-hmm. So, we're gonna try something new, see if this works to get comments. If you want to, if you feel comfortable, type an embarrassing story or something that happened to you. And we can all relish in our shame together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So give this video a like if you liked it, subscribe, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye!